back in 1988, all right, 1988, I was one of the first 8 traders to gain access to a system called SOES, S-O-E-S. In English, that stands for Small Order Execution System. Now, this system allowed you to instantly buy on NASDAQ, only on NASDAQ. This is largely why I am predominantly a NASDAQ trader. This system allowed you to press a button, take stock away from the market makers instantly. So I could press a button and grab anything up to 1,000 shares. The maximum was 1,000 shares because it was supposed to be the small order execution system. Now, this was supposed to be made available to the general public, but it was not. And we got our hands on it. 8 traders. We began picking off market makers for 1,000 shares. They didn't know what hit them. So it wasn't easy like that before, because you had to write a ticket out and then write a ticket out and either go over to the order taker person and hand the ticket to the order taker person, and then the order taker person would look at the ticket and then place the order in his machine. And then when the order was placed in his machine, you would go back to your machine and see it on your screen. So you would either call the order desk, or if you had the order desk near you, you walked the order piece of paper to the order taker. This was the first step toward electronic trading, the creation of the small order execution system. I was the first of 8 traders to gain access to this. We began picking off market makers so much that they began calling us the SOES bandits. They wrote articles about us. SOES bandits, that's right, Jason, SOES bandits. They wrote articles about us because we were vilified because of our ability to pick off the market makers. We were a nemesis. So the market maker community was so furious, they actually lobbied to get the law changed. And so then a 2-minute rule was imposed on all SOES orders, which means that you can buy up to 1,000 shares instantly, but you can't do another buy for 2 minutes. So what we would do is we would do 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. I wanted 10,000 shares. I would just do it 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they stopped that and imposed the 2-minute rule. Now 1,000 shares, and I can't do another 1,000 shares for 2 minutes. Yes, they tried to sue us and everything. Remember I was saying in my 100 things, I've been sued so many times by ex-partners, by market making firms, whatever, and I've never lost a lawsuit ever in my life. Knock on wood. And I still have a lot of life left, let's see, but so far I've won every single one. And so they imposed this 2-minute limit. So guess where 2-minute chart trading came from, traders? From the law imposed on SOES that I could only place trades every 2 minutes. So I start watching the markets in 2-minute pieces. There you go. That's where it came from. Then they moved it to 5 minutes. And we had the 5-minute rule. I could only hit the SOES key for 1,000 shares every 5 minutes. So they were trying to kill us because we were killing them. So there was a guy who created Harvey Hauken, who is commonly referred to as the father of day trading, right? Harvey Hauken. Harvey Hauken created, when the laws gave him the ability, he created his own electronic exchange called Attain. I don't know if anyone remembers this. Attain. That was the name of the exchange. And he wanted all the traders to trade through Attain because when you have an exchange, volume, order flow is your life. Franco says the SOES bandits is what got him interested in trading back in the day also. So anyway, the Attain exchange used to show up in your level 2. If people were bidding on it, you'd see ATTN here. If someone was offering, you see ATTN here. It was a legitimate electronic exchange. Now, Harvey Halkin was one of those SOS bandits, those original 8 SOS bandits. He's the one that created the Attain exchange back in the early 90s when the laws changed and gave you the ability to create an exchange. Before you couldn't do that. He creates the Attain exchange, gets as much volume going into Attain as possible, sells Attain for $60 million. The company that bought Attain becomes Edge. So think about this history. SOS, I'm one of the first traders on SOS. One of those traders is Harvey Halkin. From SOS, Harvey creates the Attain. Attain gets sold to $60 million by a firm which ultimately changes its name to Edge. And this is the exchange that I trade the vast majority of time on. It has roots all the way back to my original electronic trading system, SOS. And that's the history traders. Very few people in this industry can give you history like this. Very few people were there. I was there. Every freaking step of the way. Do you understand?